Crystal's does it. Popeyes does it. Wendy's does it. Even Taco Bell does it. All of these restaurant chains, all of these fast food chains, they never offer fish sandwiches the entire year except for around Easter. Have you ever noticed that all of a sudden, as soon as the Lent holiday begins, I'm talking about the 40 days leading up to Easter, that all of these fast food chains, they have these major commercials that the fish sandwich is back. Come and purchase. What if I told you that this is actually one of the greatest marketing strategies that's connected to biblical principles? It's actually connected to something that Jesus said inside of the Bible. And these organizations, these Fortune 500 companies, know exactly how consumers are going to spend and what they are going to spend during Easter. And this is the reason why, for lack of better words, around the Easter holiday, something's happening right under your nose, or should I say, right in front of your mouth, that you have probably never been made aware of. So inside of these next couple of minutes, do me a favor. Grab yourself a coffee or, grab yourself a fish sandwich with some extra tartar sauce on it, because by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why fast food chains only offer fish sandwiches around the Easter holiday. So let's dig in. First off, let's talk about the biblical side of things. You might have heard the term fishers of men mentioned in the Bible. In the New Testament, Jesus calls his disciples these words inside of Matthew, the 4th chapter, in the 19th verse, urging them to venture out and gather souls, much like catching fish in the vast net. This metaphor wasn't just about catching dinner. No, it symbolized a deeper calling. The fish quickly became a potent symbol for early Christianity. In fact, the very first believers used the fish, or the ithacus, as a secret sign to identify one another during turbulent times. Fast forward to today, and that symbol still resonates, albeit in more unexpected ways. Fast food chains might be banking on that symbolic association during Easter, a time when fish has a deep cultural and religious meaning. I know when I was growing up, every single Friday, even throughout the year, there was always Fish Fridays where the church was selling fish dinners inside of the basement. Is this a coincidence? I think not. I want you to ask yourself that if Jesus turned loaves and fish into a miraculous meal, could the fish sandwich be seen as a modern day twist on that miracle? Stick around because I'm ready to unpack this idea. Let's pivot to the marketing side of our conversation today. Fast food chains are masters of timing. They know that consumer habits change with the seasons. During Lent, and especially near Easter, many Christians observe traditions that include abstaining from meat on Fridays, therefore making fish a popular alternative. It's both a cultural and a dietary shift that these companies tap into. Think about it. If you're looking to have an Easter meal without feeling like you're breaking a tradition, a fish sandwich fits perfectly into the narrative. And let's be honest, sometimes your usual burger just doesn't have that sacred appeal, does it? From a marketing perspective, the seasonal launch of the fish sandwich isn't random. It's a calculated move. See, companies analyze consumer data and calendar trends. They know when demand spikes for fish-based products, and ultimately they respond to that anticipation. It's about aligning product offerings with cultural behaviors. It's like a chess game where the move is perfectly timed to capture the attention and the taste buds of a loyal customer base. Here's the thing. Every time you see that fish sandwich promotion, I want you to imagine a bustling fish market in ancient Galilee with its smells, its sounds, and unexpected surprises. It's that blend of history and modern consumer demand that creates a memorable brand experience around the Easter holiday. Now let's dive deeper into the biblical symbolism, We've already mentioned the whole notion of fishers of men from Matthew, the 4th chapter and the 19th verse, but there's more. See, in John, the 21st chapter and the 11th verse, after Jesus' resurrection, the disciples caught a miraculous haul of fish, reaffirming their faith and the promise of abundance. The miracle of the catch of fish wasn't merely about sustenance. No, it was symbolic of faith and new beginnings. The fish symbolizes not only survival, but hope, renewal, and even transformation. It's easy to see why fast food chains choose to spotlight fish during Easter when themes of resurrection and renewal are at the forefront of Christian thought. Here's something I want you to think about as well. I want you to think of the fish sandwich as a metaphor, a marketing reminder of the biblical promise of renewal. When you bite into that sandwich, imagine you're sampling a slice of ancient hope, reinvented for today's fast-paced world. See, in my opinion, it's an evergreen symbol, reinterpreted every single year with a dash of culinary creativity. It's like to, say that Peter, if he were around today, would have upgraded his lunch order to a fish sandwich if he knew that it was going to be available, although he might have insisted on a side of miracle fries to go with it. So how do these biblical narratives merge with modern marketing strategies? The answer lies in storytelling. Both the Bible and successful advertising campaigns rely heavily on compelling stories. The ancient stories of faith, hope, and transformation resonate with people on a deep level. And in similar vein, modern brands tap into these narratives to create an emotional connection with their audience. See, when fast food chains launch their fish sandwich around Easter, they're not merely selling a product. They're telling a story that goes back millennia, a reminder of the miracle of the loaves and fish, the simplicity of the first disciples, and the idea that something modest can yield incredible abundance. This narrative dovetails seamlessly with the themes of sacrifice, renewal, and celebration that mark the Easter season. From a marketing lens, this is pure gold. It's why you see carefully crafted advertisements that bring you not just a product, but an experience, an emotional journey. The fish sandwich becomes more than food. It becomes a symbol of faith and a nod to tradition, repackaged for today's consumer. And here's a fun thought experiment for you. I want you to imagine if every time you ordered a fish sandwich around Easter, the fast food chain played a short clip of an ancient fisherman calling out to his disciples. It would be a part history lesson, part culinary delight, a mix that could spark conversation, reflection, and maybe even a few chuckles. So, as we wrap up today's conversation, I want to recap on this journey that we've taken. See, we started by exploring the biblical roots of fish as a potent symbol, from fishers of men to miraculous catches. And then we unraveled how these stories influence modern marketing strategies. Fast food chains have cleverly aligned their seasonal offerings with cultural traditions during Easter, turning a simple fish sandwich into a nod to renewal and ancient hope. The next time you see that fish sandwich on the menu during Easter, I invite you to pause and think about the centuries of narrative that echo in that crispy bite. It's a reminder that marketing isn't just about selling. No, it's about storytelling, connecting the past with the present, and evoking emotions that resonate deeply within us. Before I sign off, here's something I want you to chew on. Every marketing campaign, no matter how contemporary, has a story at its heart. And sometimes a fish sandwich is the perfect vessel for that story. If you enjoyed today's conversation, do me a favor, consider subscribing. For more insights where history meets marketing and tradition meets modern creativity. Thank you for tuning in today and for joining me at my desk. I'm Dr. Dandridge, and until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, Sometimes the most unexpected connections are also the most delicious.